Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Kanto Cup, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Magneton. Magneton's always a fun pick, particularly in the Kanto Cup, as with its steel typing, makes it quite viable. There aren't many steel types to choose from in this meta, and Magneton just hits like a truck. And with that steel typing, it provides a very solid resistance to many of the very strong titans of this meta, like Hypno, like Nidoqueen. It is quite squishy, but it does compensate because it does hit like a truck. So you do have to be strategic with your shielding priorities, but if you can have tons of success with it. And also on this team, we've got XL Alolan Grimer. Finally took the dive and invested in my XL Alolan Grimer. It does have very, very strong play in the specialty cups. It even has some niche play in the Open Great League. I've had this one for quite some time. My goodness, 500,000 dust is quite the investment, but I did it. I did it because I had the resources, and I knew I wanted an XL Alolan Grimer, so I figured what better time than in the Kanto Cup, and I know that I'll have it in the future for other metas, but Alolan Grimer is going to be a safe swap option. This team does have a dual safe swap dynamic along with Golbat. You can really safe swap in either one. It really depends on what you're reading on your opponent's team. So Golbat will also be in the back on this team. I wanted to have some nice coverage for the fighters, of course. A lot more people are leading with fighters in response to all of the Lapras and Dugong leads. So we've got two Pokemon in the back, particularly Golbat, that can absolutely handle the fighters. Alolan Grimer in this meta is a very good generalist, so it can do very well up against most things in this meta as well. We primarily have it just for some added Hypno coverage, as Golbat does not want to see a Hypno. I had a blast with this team, and before we dive into the featured set, we are starting things off with a couple of bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun, and here we go. XL Alolan Sandshrew on the lead. This is actually our best answer to Alolan Sandshrew, so we're going to stay right here, and we can go for these Magnet Bombs, which do actually hit for neutral damage. And it does hit for a lot of neutral damage as that, and it looks like our opponent knows that because they did shield. We shielded in kind. We can tank a Night Slash. It doesn't have stab. We can tank one. We're not a shadow, so we can tank a little bit more damage. We tanked the Night Slash, and they made an aggressive play in the Lickitung, so we're coming in with Golbat here. Knowing that they have an Alolan Sandshrew on their team, Golbat is the proper alignment for Lickitung. You could make a very strong argument for going into Grimer, but I wanted to get the Golbat aligned onto this because I don't want to take a chance on it finding its way to that Alolan Sandshrew. So we're just going to look to play this out. We're not too interested in flipping switch advantage. We don't really need to. We just need to get this very tanky Lickitung within a manageable range here. So we're not going to bother shielding anything. We do lose in the zero shield. And we're fine with that. We're getting off these debuffs, and we've got this Lickitung into the red. So we're going to come in with Grimer, tank the Body Slam here, and look to go for an aggressive farm down here with our Poison Jabs. And I think we will because this Lickitung has been thoroughly debuffed as we farm it down. We're going to see what else they have in the back. Expecting them to come back in with the Sandshrew, but no. They make a very questionable play, I must say, in coming in with Hypno, as we do resist this fast move pressure, and this is why we have Grimer on this team for some added Hypno coverage, because Hypno is so OP. And they tank our super effective Crunch. That was insane. So now we're going to shield this, fully expecting the combo play, so we're going right into Magneton. We win CMB tie. We had loaded energy, guys. That's one thing you really If you're progressing in your level of skill in Pokemon Go Battle League, always anticipate the combo play if you know that it is on the table. And we do get to another Magnet Bomb that does tons of neutral damage. My goodness, that's what I mean. Magneton hits like a truck. They are going to take us out with a Night Slash, but we were close to a crunch. This is going to be more than enough to send this Alolan Sandshrew packing. We say bye-bye Alolan Sandshrew, and that Hypno's just about done. My goodness, Alolan Grimer coming in clutch. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Yeah, definitely after playing XL Grimer, I didn't really regret the investment. It came in clutch in a lot of those battles, as we saw in that previous one. And here we go. Bonus battle number 2. We've got a Hypno on the lead. Pretty positive lead. And they do swap into a Lapras running Water Gun. That is a very interesting swap in. Not the best answer to Magneton, so we're going to look to pressure this Lapras to either shield or take some super effective damage. They do shield, so we're going to actually shield up the Surf. That would do quite a bit to our Magneton. And we're going to make the play into Golbat, as knowing that they have a Hypno on their team, Golbat doesn't really want to see a Hypno either. Not gonna lie. So we're gonna go for the Shadow Ball. It, of course, does not KO, as Lapras is about as bulky as a Pokemon can possibly get, and they are farming for days. I figured I could tank any one move, and it's a Hydro Pump with Stab. Holy smokes. God, my goodness, what a spicy moveset on that Lapras. Hats off to them. My goodness. And you know what, guys? I bet that's the only Hydro Pump they landed that day during their battles. Not gonna lie, that was insane. But they do come back in with the Hypno as we come in with our Magneton, and gonna go for the Magnet Bomb. Magnet Bomb is your primary move, guys. You really only have Discharge for the coverage. Magnet Bomb is much more energy efficient, has more base damage, and it has the same energy cost as Discharge. And both moves do have Stab. They shielded our Magnet Bomb, so it made us think that they were hiding something in the back, and we can see that it was an Alolan Raticate running Quick Attack. So it makes a little bit of sense that they would shield that, as we do resist their fast move pressure. Gonna shield up the Crunch here and look to get rid of the Alolan Raticate after over farming by quite a bit. Gonna throw on 4 of their Quick Attacks, as it is starting to add up. We want to be relatively healthy to take out that Hypno. They do come back in with the Hypno, and I wasn't sure how much damage a super effective Crunch with Stab on a Shadow Hypno would do, so I just went for it, and oh my gosh, it takes it out. Holy smokes. Alolan Grimer closing another game strong. That's insane. I did not expect it to be quite the closer, but it was. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Had a blast with Magneton in the Kanto Cup. Also had equally as much fun with my newly built Alolan Grimer. They were both tons of fun. And here we go. We've got a Poliwrath lead. Very tricky lead, because we are both applying super effective fast move pressure, and we can both hit each other with super effective charge move pressure. Very interesting lead here. So they do shield up our Discharge. We do outpace. That is what we do have going for us. Going to shield up the potential Dynamic Punch. It is a Scald. That is quite all right. Going to go for another Discharge. And at this point right here, I'm thinking if they shield this, they are weak to Magneton in the back, and we better preserve it. So we go into Golbat to soak this damage and see what they want to do from here. We know that if it's a Scald, we can tank it, no problem. And they make a play into Alolan Ninetales. Not a really good answer to Golbat, not gonna lie, but they are running Powder Snow, and they can really fight back with the threat of the super effective Weather Ball. They are farming for days, and we're taking full advantage of that. Gonna go for another super effective Poison Fang. They have already been debuffed, and that does quite a bit. And it was the CMP. That is even better. We were able to force them to throw energy. So what we're going to do is actually just come in and look to snipe with our Grimer. 2 Poison Jabs takes it right out. They go down with energy. And they did not like going down with energy, apparently. Makes me wonder what they had in the back. My money is on maybe they had a Hypno in the back. I don't know. That's just me. But a good game, well played nonetheless. This team was tons of fun. It really surprised me how effective it was in the Kanto Cup. And I had a blast with it. And here we go. Super positive lead. About the best lead you could possibly see in Wigglytuff. We're going to stay right here. And they make a play into an Alolan Muck running Bite. What the heck? Whenever you see something like this, guys, this is a very niche, very specific moveset to run. You gotta be expecting another Pokemon running the same fast move in the back. They're running Bite on their Alolan Muck. Holy smokes. At this point in the battle, I'm thinking to myself, let me guess. What do you have? A Bite Alolan Raticate? A Bite Alolan Grimer? My goodness, what are we doing? Is this what the Kanto Cup has devolved into? Oh my gosh, we are playing this out. We're resisting this damage, of course. And they did go down on shields to preserve the switch advantage. We're fine with that. We will gladly take a shield advantage in this matchup here. We're not going to shield up another acid spray here. We're going to let whatever this is go and look to farm down with our Magneton. They're down on shields. I'm not sure if that was the right play, but we press on, guys. And they come back in with the Wigglytuff. What the heck is going on? We're going to go for this super effective Magnet Bomb on the Wigglytuff. And, oh, that does tons of damage. And they didn't swap out. So we're going to go in the Golbat, knowing that Golbat is an amazing answer to Wigglytuff as well. And there you have it. Right on cue. There's the second Bite user. In the form of Alolan Raticate. We do go for that Poison Fang, and they are just biting away. What we have here, my friends, is someone who has clearly, very clearly been scarred by the overusage of Hypno in the Kanto Cup. This is what we're seeing here, guys. They faced one too many Hypnos in this Kanto Cup, and they said, I've had it! We're going double Bite user. And at that point, they saw the writing on the wall. It was not going to happen for them. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Double Bite in the Kanto Cup. I think I have seen it all. But you know what? I bet they do very well against all of the Hypnos and Alolan Marowak running rampant. But here we go. We are met with just about the worst lead you could possibly see in Shadow Machamp. Gonna go in the Grimer. We can't really go into our hard counter. Grimer's kind of our soft counter for the fighters. As they bank some energy and go into an Alolan Muck running Snarl. So this is not too bad. We, of course, do resist the damage across the board to each other. We do get the debuff on our Crunch. So what we're going to do is tank this Dark Pulse here. It, of course, does not KO, but we did get that debuff. Going to go for another Crunch here. And if they let this go, I'm thinking we can maybe farm down. They get another defense drop. So, yeah, now I know for sure we can absolutely farm down with resisted poison jabs. Going to try our best to get off a charge move, but we cannot. That counter damage from Shadow Machamp is just too OP. But the important part is that we were able to flip switch and align our Golbat onto the Machamp. They're going to swap into an XL Lickitung. So what we're going to do is debuff with a Poison Fang. We need all the help we can get when you have a Pokemon as bulky as Lickitung as we make a play into our Magneton. We don't intend on shielding anything from this Lickitung. We really want to do drop the defense on it and get off as much damage as we can. Our win condition lies with Golbat at this point, and that Magnet Bomb did a ton of damage, especially knowing that we were able to get a debuff off on it. We, of course, cannot farm down, so we're trying to play this carefully. We don't want to be too healthy for the Machamp. And gonna just let them get us as low as possible just in case they want to let this Magnet Bomb go. That would be the play, but they don't. They shield and they try to put all of their hope and faith into the Lickitung. It's not going to happen. Lickitung is too low. And Golbat was just going to eat that Machamp up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There was no hope there. They concede the match. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Telling you guys, this team was not only tons of fun, but my goodness, did it do well in the Kanto Cup. I'd say, guys, anywhere you can sneak in a Steel type or a Dark type in this Kanto Cup meta, you're doing okay. And here we go. We got Shadow Nidoqueen on the lead. Pretty tricky lead. It's a game of chicken with Nidoqueen and Magneton. We, of course, resist this fast move pressure. We resist those poison fangs. But the question is, are they going to bait or are they going to go for the one shot with the earth power? We're not really willing to risk that, so we're going to look to catch a potential earth power onto our flying type Golbat. But they were looking to bait. That is good to know. And they did debuff us with that Poison Fang bait, which was, of course, intended for our Magneton as they make a play into Dugong. I would imagine that they look to aggressive farm down. They shield up the first Poison Fang. That is very interesting, as you always want to shield up the second Poison Fang. And going to go for another one here, and they do let that one go. And yes, they are looking to farm down. We grabbed a shield advantage, and we got this Dugong below 50% health. We win CMP tie, and we are going to go for this super effective discharge right off the bat, forcing them to make a decision, and they choose to go down with energy. That is insane. We press on as they come back in with the Shadow Nidoqueen. Going to go right for this Magnet Bomb. Really putting the pressure on this Nidoqueen. And we're going to look to catch, knowing that they really want to bait our shields off of us. We're not letting that happen. We catch that, resist the damage onto our Grimer. Holy smokes. And the reason why we did that is because I was reading that they were running double water ice in the back. And it looks like that is exactly what they are doing, guys. They're running a Lapras with Frost Breath. That is insane, guys. What is with these movesets in the Kanto Cup this go around? That is insane. I guess people just don't want to fork over the Elite TM, or they may not have it, but that's okay. We're going to say bye-bye to this Lapras, and we have a 2-shield advantage up against this low-health Nidoqueen. At this point, we are fine expending our shields. All we have to do is make it to a Magnet Bomb. We do win CMP tie, and we are going to seal the deal in this matchup. Nidoqueen double ice in the back. Bye-bye Nidoqueen, and Magneton closing the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Always nice to close a game strong, particularly if they're running a Nidoqueen or a Hypno. There's something a little bit more satisfying about those sorts of wins. But here we go. We've got a pretty neutral lead in Alolan Sandslash. The question is, are they running Shadow Claw? But they are not. They're running Powder Snow, which is good for us. And we're going to build up and look to CMP tie on the potential Bulldoze. They bait with an Ice Punch. That's a tough bait. And they catch our Magnet Bomb onto an Alolan Marowak, guys. And right about here is where I got super tilted for whatever reason. I don't know if it was just me, wanting to get the battles over with. But something about that catch just really got me a little tilted. Not gonna lie, so we stayed in a little longer than we should to try and pressure a shield, which we did on the Alolan Marowak before coming in with our Alolan Grimer. And we did tank a Bone Club because we were down a shield and gonna look to just get rid of it with a Crunch. They do come back in with the Alolan Sandslash, and they're going to throw just as we are going to get to our Crunch. They don't want to take any damage, and that is quite all right. The Ice Punch does take us out. But because we stayed in so long to pressure the health on that Alolan Marowak, we're forced to make a choice. Do we want to tank a resisted Ice Punch, which does more damage than we'd like to see, or do we want to go down on shields? We, of course, chose to tank that, which was also inadvisable. So tons of mistakes in this matchup here. They do shield up our Magnet Bomb, and now all we have left is our Golbat on a pretty healthy Alolan Sandslash. Alolan Sandslash is a nightmare matchup for a Pokemon like Golbat, and this is going to spell out disaster for us. This is just a lesson that, guys, try your very best to not get tilted and stay focused and dialed in. We just top left that. They had an Alolan Muck in the back. We knew that it was over. Made tons of mistakes in that one. Definitely was a winnable game, but hey, you gotta stay dialed in. You can't let your opponent get the better of you, and that is what we did in that matchup, and we paid for it with a loss. Had to settle for the 4-1, which could have been a 5-0, but hey, like I always say on this channel, you can never, ever complain with a 4-in-1 set in Pokemon Go Battle League. So yeah, guys, this team... Oh, good game, by the way, to our opponent. But this team was quite effective, guys. Not gonna lie, I was pleasantly surprised with how well this team performed in the Kanto Cup. Very fun team. Whenever you can run a team that you can really have fun with and still have success with it, that's how you know you have a solid team. And I think that is what we have with this Magneton team. If you're looking for a bit of a change of pace in the Kanto Cup, maybe you're tired of running the same old Pokemon, tired of running Hypno, you want a bit of a change of pace, and maybe you have access to these Pokemon, might want to give it a shot. It's a fun team, very effective. Magneton on the lead, does very well of 2 of the big 3, as I refer to them. My categorization of the big 3 being Hypno, Nidoqueen, and Alolan Marowak. You can do very well against Hypno and Nidoqueen, 2 of the big 3. And of course, Alolan Marowak, especially if it's running Fire Spin you want no part of, which is why we've got the 2 Pokemon in the back. Golbat does have coverage on the ghost types with Shadow Ball, of course. And Alolan Grimer can absolutely handle Alolan Marowak and Hypno for that matter. My goal whenever team building for the Kanto Cup is if we can cover the big 3 or 2 of the big 3, we are going to be doing just fine. That's my goal when team building for the Kanto Cup, and I would recommend the same. If you can cover at least 2 of the big 3, you're going to be doing just fine in the Kanto Cup. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.